Hello, friends. I just got a new book. It's called Fish is Fish, and it's by the author Leo Leone. We read A Color of His Own. It's by the same author. You might recognize the illustrations, they look sort of similar. On the front cover, we see a fish thinking about what? Growing wings? Do fish grow wings? On the back, we see a frog, right, and a fish. And we have a little bit of a sneak peek about what the story might be about. It says, Fish wants to be like his friend Frog and see the world. Oh, so think about the difference there. Frogs are on land, can explore, and fish are in the water, also exploring a different world, but it's under the water, right? And on the front, it looks like the fish is maybe thinking, will I grow wings? Interesting cover to this book. Let's find out what happens. Fish is fish. There's beautiful artwork in here. I love the art in Leo Leone's books. Fish is fish. So, we see a tadpole, yep, and a fish. Okay. At the edge of the woods, there was a pond, and there a minnow and a tadpole swam among the weeds. They were inseparable friends. Inseparable means they were always together, best friends. Let's see if I can get closer. One morning, that tadpole discovered that during the night he had grown 2 little legs. Look, he said triumphantly, look, I am a frog. Nonsense, said the minnow. How could you be a frog if only last night you were a little fish just like me? They argued and argued until finally the tadpole said, frogs are frogs and fish is fish, and that is that. In the weeks that followed, the tadpole grew tiny front legs, and his tail got smaller and smaller. Ooh, how does that fish look? Like he's feeling. Does not look happy, does he? And the tadpole looks very pleased. Her body is changing, isn't it? And then, one fine day, a real frog now, he climbed out of the water and onto the grassy bank. So, no tail, long back legs, right? Let's see. The minnow, too, had grown and had become a full-fledged fish. He often wondered where his 4-footed friend had gone, but days and weeks went by and the frog did not return. Ooh, how do you think the fish is feeling? If they were inseparable, so they were always together, they were best friends, and his friend left, think about how he's feeling. He's probably feeling sad, lonely. Oh, look who came back. There we go. Then one day, with a happy splash that shook the weeds, the frog jumped into the pond. Where have you been? Asked the fish excitedly. I have been about the world, hopping here and there, said the frog. And I have seen extraordinary things. Extraordinary means amazing, fantastic, unbelievable things. Whoa, that's pretty unbelievable. Like what? Asked the fish. Birds, said the frog mysteriously. Birds. And he told the fish about the birds who had wings and 2 legs and many, many colors. As the frog talked, his friend saw the birds fly through his mind like large feathered fish. What else? Asked the fish impatiently. He's imagining them like that because that's what he knows, right? He imagines they have fish like that, bodies like fish, because that's what he is. Look at that, too. Cows, said the frog. Cows. They have 4 legs, horns, eat grass, and carry pink bags of milk. That would be this part, right? Interesting. So again, the fish is imagining a cow must be shaped like a fish, just like me. And people, said the frog, men, women, children. And he talked and talked till it was dark in the pond. But the picture in the fish's mind was full of lights and colors and marvelous things, and he couldn't sleep. Ah, if he could only jump about like his friend and see that wonderful world. He's imagining what all these different animals look like based on the description that his friend gave him. And so the days went by. The frog had gone, and the fish just lay there dreaming about birds in flight, grazing cows, and those strange animals, all dressed up, that his friend called people. One day he finally decided that come what may, he too must see them. And so with a mighty whack of the tail, he jumped clear out of the water onto the bank. He landed in the dry, warm grass and lay there gasping for air, unable to breathe or to move. Help, he groaned feebly. Uh-oh. Fish need water to breathe, don't they? Luckily, the frog, who had been hunting butterflies nearby, saw him and with all his strength pushed him back into the pond. He's safe and sound. Still stunned, the fish floated about for an instant. Then he breathed deeply, letting the clean, cool water run through his gills. Now he felt weightless again, and with an ever so slight motion of the tail, he could move to and fro, up and down as before. The sun rays reached down within the weeds and gently shifted patches of luminous color. This world was surely the most beautiful of all worlds. He smiled at his friend the frog, who sat watching him from a lily leaf. You were right, he said. Fish is fish. So he decided he was happy here, right? Happy with who he is, happy in the water, felt safe and calm there. Thanks for listening.